Hello,
Okay.
Peter. Welcome back to the show. Nice to see you.
Hi, Armin. Nice to see you again this
How,
week.
exactly. How was the week for you? Good?
The week is not old yet. It's just
Okay.
Tuesday.
1 week.
Okay. It was nice. I did a little writing and
Mhm.
at the weekend my girlfriend was here.
Last time you said that your books are now going to be translated into English because we have already a
Yeah,
lot of interested people in that they
yeah,
get
yeah,
English language. So, how's the progress?
yeah, yeah. And the good news is today morning I got an email from TJ Conrads who helped me with a
Hmm.
little editing for the
Okay.
English edition.
Hmm.
And yes, it's in progress, and I
Okay.
know I have to do it faster.
Mhm. And I have to say, I read now the second. What do you see it like this? I read now the second one. Really, really good. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Compared to part one, this is really from the beginning catching fast and really nice to read. And always the twists in the story, really nice. Well done.
Thank you, Armin. Thank you. It's
Welcome.
a great pleasure that
Mhm.
I satisfied your sophisticated
Mhm. So
taste.
now you can give me the 20 euros because I said what you told me.
Oh, you're that kind of guy. I see. I see.
Yeah. Good. Fine.
Well, how was your day or week or what have you done?
Yeah, fine. I did bow reviews of you.
Okay.
So yeah, back to normal business. So nothing serious.
And And you were at the restaurant today. Are the restaurants open still?
Yes, restaurants
Or
are open finally again, and you can still go in without being tested or checked if you're vaccinated or whatever. Simply can go in and eat. Yes, I was today in
good,
my what I usually go a Turkish kebab restaurant.
and you eat kebab?
Yes,
You had
sometimes,
you
but
had
I ate it's fried zucchini. It's like a
okay.
pfannkuchen. It's zucchini and something, and then some salad and something simple. I'm a simple person. You
I
what
see.
did
I see.
what are you eating?
I have to cook today. I haven't had any meal yet, but
Okay,
today I will try Chinese food. I'm
okay.
a big fan of Chinese food,
Mhm.
and you see, I will cook a nice pad soup,
That's soup, yeah.
original
Uh-huh.
Chinese
Uh-huh.
pad soup,
But let me
and
guess, it's from Wuhan, this bat, right?
it's a original Wuhan bed.
These are the best ones. Yeah, they are quite crispy and full of
Yes, you
flavors.
see. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
it's out of the laboratory, where
Cool.
so I'm looking forward how it tastes
Yeah,
and
of
and,
course,
and
I
how it
enjoy.
works.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not there. I would taste it too. Yes, because so interesting to see what happens then with us.
So thank you to China.
Yeah, exactly. We can be so grateful that they have beds in Wuhan. Yes.
They have the best beds around.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Especially in Wuhan. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the conspiracies are come true now,
Yeah,
as
of
we
course.
as we hear.
Hmm.
Yeah. What?
Fortunately,
Yeah, yeah.
because I
Everything
mean, this
comes
is
true. Yeah.
everything what you tell the people, what I told them a year ago. Hey, you crazy conspiracy theorist. I see myself more like a truth hunter. You simply check
Yeah.
and you check different
Yeah.
sources and you
Yeah.
think maybe
Yeah.
logical thinking and whatever is necessary, and then you come to other conclusions than mainstream media is telling you, and that's why. But
Yeah.
for most people, it's still conspiracy theorists. I mean, last time somebody told me even that I'm anti-Semitic because I said something regards Biden and
Critical.
and the Rothschilds. And when you say something
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Israel, you're instantly an
Yeah.
anti-Semitic person.
Of course, if you say something about George Soros, you're anti-Semite.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes. Yes.
mean, can't you
Uh,
criticize people anymore? Is it not allowed anymore, or do you hurt the
no. No.
feelings,
No.
or do you hurt the feelings of the others, or do they
If
need to
if
cry then, or hide
if you
behind?
don't if you don't in line with the mainstream,
Okay.
it's conspiracy.
Yeah.
You remember when President Trump said
Mm.
that virus came out of a laboratory?
Yeah.
They said it's racist,
Yeah,
it's
of course.
everything, it's anti-Chinese, and
Yeah.
so on. And now our good friend President Biden says the same thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The truth always comes out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always.
That's the good part.
Yeah.
Because every conspiracy yes, will be disclosed sooner or later.
The thing is, sometimes, or like in cases like 9/11, it happens so late that the system already got what they wanted with it. So they already achieved everything what they wanted with this incident. So when 5 years later somebody tells you, oh, listen, whatever could not happen like this, nobody cares. We had our war, we had whatever different purposes they were after. So that's why when it takes too long, then but it will come out and hopefully people wake up. But we see.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. But if they wake up or not, they have sold their stuff. They have they have sold their stuff.
Yeah. We will own nothing and we will be happy.
Yes, like how's his name?
Schwab.
Yes, Klaus Schwab said.
Great reset.
Yeah. And I heard something about it, and they said it's conspiracy. It's conspiracy. The Great Reset. And
the book.
Yeah. And then I heard Angela Merkel say the Great Transition.
Yeah. In every of her speech, she doesn't say reset because she needs to use a German word.
Yeah.
But the transition. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
She's a complete.
And as we suspected, now they turned the whole thing into climate change stuff. Yeah.
Has to happen. And
they even say this zoonosis, when from the bed the virus jumps over to humans, if it's true, it is because of the capitalists don't respect nature, because they're getting too close to the animals, and so this happens. So this pandemic is also a result of capitalism.
See,
to me, it's new that in China they are capitalists, but I don't know.
This is.
I mean, you see, we are on the dark side of the force.
I like it blue. Yes, it's fine. Dark side is fine. It depends. Dark doesn't have to be the negative side, Okay. Some people think now that this whole process with the Great Reset can only be solved with a lot of violence. That people need to stand up and that it will be like a civil war. I think we could do it smart, but I'm not sure if people are up for it, for a smart solution.
It will not work. There were many plans to turn. Think about all that in China and in Russia, in the Soviet, all that communist revolutions. It worked just for a few years. Think about Hitler. It worked just for a few years. They are all the same. They like to turn around, and what they forget is like humans are. Communism would work if no humans would be involved. If nobody would care about his children and wouldn't care about his own pocket, then communism would work. But people aren't like that. People are like humans. And so it don't work. Sooner or later, of course, in Russia, in Germany, and in China, there were millions of people killed because of these ideas of this. That were also great resets, if you
of course.
remember.
All these cleansings, of course, they have already a hint to what's going on now, but it's like it is. We should talk about archery, I guess.
I fear we are too political. We will
and then two or three people will be upset again. I don't know why they even watch our podcast when they don't like what they see. I mean, it's quite easy. You simply press the stop button and stop watching it.
I know, I know why, because we are the only reptiloids they know.
That can be. That can be. Now you say something again. Yeah, otherwise they have nothing to complain in their life. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They talk about their feelings.
But even that long broadcast with Charlie Greenberg, they liked it.
Yes, a few managed in one go, and others said, "Okay, I had to watch it in two sections, but hey, why not? You can pause it and you watch it later. It's no problem."
They even compared us to Joe Rogan, which is a...
Oh, really? I didn't read that one. Yeah, see, this was your goal. You wanted to be the second.
Big honor. Big honor.
I'm unfortunately now only the Dalai Lama of archery.
Yes. And Murat is the Elvis of archery, and you're the Dalai Lama of archery.
Oh, yeah. I wonder who are you then? The Dark Force.
The Darth Vader of archery.
Okay.
So what's up today?
Yeah, today we have no guest because we can't fill every show. I mean, we could fill every show with a guest, but we thought we'd do one without that. We can talk a bit more about technical aspects or something like this. And today I think we agreed on sort of a few basics that we warm up, why and how, then
and Lars Anderson or what?
Well, he is always part of it. I don't think so. I don't know.
Doesn't he like to get into our show? We invited him, very friendly.
Yeah, first he said no, and then I need to check again. I think he would be willing now. I don't know. We need to check again.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
I will ask him again. I don't know. I will ask him again.
Maybe he shares his secrets with us.
No, of course. Why not?
All the forgotten stuff.
And these 5 viewers, the secret is very safe. It's a small circle, so it's fine. So let's talk directly about warm-up. Do you do warm-up? Why do you do warm-up? And what are you doing before you start shooting?
I have to confess, I don't do warm-up. I warm up while shooting.
Okay.
So I'm making some shots and that's how I got warmed up. Partly because if you think about hunting or even combat, you can't warm up.
You have no time to warm up. Exactly.
You have to get into action very quickly. So,
but of course, with the risk that you might hurt yourself or damage your ligaments or tendons, whatever. But for normal practical training, I would always suggest that you do a little warm-up. We don't do a lot.
A good, very simple warm-up thing is doing like that, pulling.
Pulling, exactly.
In my opinion, and turning the shoulders a little.
Yes, and we roll the shoulders or swing the arms a bit backwards and forwards, even the neck a bit, loosening up your neck, and even the wrists a bit, that you get, that you get simply relaxed.
But it looks funny.
I do it like this. I put the elbows together, and then you roll. This is a Tai Chi warm-up practice.
Oh, yeah.
Quite good. So you get the wrists open, joints open, and you get everything a little warmed up and stretched, and it's fine. So you don't have to do a lot, but you should do a little warm up.
And there's one more thing to warming up, because you get into that state of mind that you are now going to shoot. Even if the warm up isn't maybe not necessary, but you prepare for shooting and you get into that state of mind, in my opinion. So that's a good thing, of course.
Yes, this is what I always tell the people when they come to the range: come a little earlier, set up your stuff, and then sit somewhere on a bench, somewhere in the corner, and simply sit there for a few minutes that you really arrive. Because you come just right out of your stressful job, a stressful car drive, parking, and coming here and directly out of this action, don't start shooting. Simply come here, settle quickly, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, and then then start shooting.
When I was in China, they picked me up at the hotel at 9 o'clock after breakfast, and then we drove out to a big park, and they had at first they had an orange, but I said nobody can shoot at an orange. Nobody ever shot an orange. They have to look for an apple because that's what. Okay, so and they put the apple in a tree fork, and what I used there for, and it depended on one shot. It was the first shot this team would have would see. I do.
Yeah.
And so I even did this sometimes at 3D tournaments. I have one judo point arrow or a cheap blunt arrow with a 357 casing in front, and I shoot it just into the ground, into the lawn, so into the meadow, into the grass. So your first shot and on your first shots, maybe you shoot it 3 times in just you're aiming at the
just at your shot before you start really shooting.
Before you get on target, so you relax because you can't do anything wrong in shooting into the ground, and so the tension will fall off of you, also the mental tension. And
it's
then
like, did you ever watch the movie Jack Reaper with Tom Cruise? In the first one, it's about a sniper shooter. He was in a parking garage, and on the other side of the river, he had to kill someone. But the first shot was another person. So his warm-up shot. And then he took his time and he shot his target. And then he shot 3, 4 others random. But he had first a warm-up shot. Because this shot counts. So he made first a warm-up shot, and then everybody, and then he had time, boom, to take out
So when you shoot into the ground, you aren't under pressure. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay.
You can't do anything wrong.
That's why in Kyoto that they stand first at the hay target, at the Makiwara, and shoot the target, and then they go and shoot on the target, and then of course, makes sense.
And if there are people around you and you aim at the dandelion, and you don't hit it, they don't know what you're shooting at.
You don't know where they look at. Exactly. Would be interesting when, for my next archery range, I will think about it. Have a place to shoot in. There's simply one big wall, one target, and you simply go there and you simply shoot a few shots before you go on the real range.
In my opinion, the more the less target like that is, that the better it is.
One wall without anything on it.
A good thing is also this, that shooting cubes. You can, with the handle, and you put it into the grass, and you shoot 3 arrows into that cube, and
makes sense. Okay, this part of mental warm-up is same important as or even more important than physical warm-up.
That's also, I mentioned it before, I'm a big fan of special clothing. Or some special thing, so now I'm an archer.
That's your uniform, so to say. Now you know.
But as we said before, it also can be just a mascot, something you put on you, and now I'm the archer.
But could be even enough when you put your glove on or your thumb ring, and I think, okay.
Yes. If you focus your mentality, your mind on this, so now I'm the
archer. Now I'm ready. Exactly. These clues help a lot. It's true. Good. What else to say about warm-up? Not really.
Yes, I would say don't overdo it. You also shouldn't give it too much space and too much thoughts about it.
For me, it's simply from Tai Chi, the warm-up routine, that you have your shoulders warmed up, the wrists warmed up, and maybe your neck a little, because you have to turn your neck. And when you sit 8 hours in front of a computer like this, and then whatever, and you get stiff and tense, warm up your neck in different ways, easy peasy things. So nothing overly fancy, but do it.
So Tai Chi is a kind of Chinese breakdancing, or?
No, this is a martial art.
Just a joke. Just kidding.
Yes, okay.
Okay. No.
You did boxing, I do Tai Chi. We can test it out once I come to you. Let me try.
Oh, I love boxing. I love boxing.
Yeah.
I used to box 2 days in a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
But classic boxing, not.
And now nothing anymore? Not even a sandbag somewhere?
No. Oh, here's a sandbag.
Not your bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you see.
And you don't box anymore? It's a bit like.
Just when I'm angry. No.
Which doesn't happen very
some
often.
things I do a little. Boxing is a great thing. It's a great thing. Yeah.
Cool. So warm up done. Check.
Warm up done.
The next topic I would have was the different, and I call it now aiming techniques, even if instinctive shooting is not really aiming. Or let's first find a common ground. What is, in your opinion, aiming?
Aiming is every kind of technique where you are using some reference point. It doesn't matter if it's the arrow tip or the bow or the index finger or I don't know.
You have something on the body or on the equipment where you aim over and align it with the target. This is aiming.
And yes, and if you do it, I don't know the word, conscious. Conscious, bewusst.
Bewusst, yeah, consciously.
If you do it consciously, then it's aiming. On the other hand, we talked about instinctive, intuitive. I call it classic. I think you also are having your reference point, but you don't do it conscious.
I would say this is, you have a target picture. So you see the target, and of course you see your hand and your bow and the arrow.
But you don't look at it.
But you don't look at it, because when you focus, you can focus on something close, or you can focus on something far away. You can't focus on both things at the same time. So either you focus on your arrow point, but then the target at 30 meters is hard to see, or you look at the target in 30 meters. But of course, still you will see the arrow, but it will be a bit blurry. But you still see in your target picture composition, which is important. That's why even this counting of the bow, always in the same angle. When you change your things, then you change your whole target picture.
So
the one we use is the instinctive one. So you don't use any.
Let's call it like that. Yeah, let's call it.
Call it now, because most people say instinctive, some say intuitive. You know what it means.
So it means you're only focusing on the dot you want to hit and nothing more. But of course, your peripheral view gives you a lot of information. You do instinctively the right thing and you hit the target in the best case.
What is the next one? Then is like this, like even like Byron Ferguson said, that what Howard Hill is using, this split vision technique.
Gap shooting, split vision.
That he tries to focus on the target and on the arrow, that you find somewhere a middle ground between.
I think this is a mixed up form of instinctive, because if you check the gap from your arrow point to the target or your bow or so, you have to know how it is about 10 meters distance, how is it with 30 meters. So but if you willingly are checking the difference of the aiming point and the point you want to hit, that's gap shooting, I would say.
But it works only when you always use the same bow and the same arrows, because gap means with this bow and with this arrow in my full draw, like let's say at 25 meters, when I aim exactly at the center, I hit the center. So when I shoot something on 10 meters, I need to know how much further I have to point down. And when I shoot further away, but when I change only the weight of the arrow or the poundage of the bow, it doesn't work. So I need to shoot with every part of the equipment my new gap in. So it's for me.
Yeah. But the same is true with instinctive shooting.
Yeah.
If you change your equipment, you take.
It takes one arrow.
Yes, true. Maybe three. But
not one. Yeah. No, one, and then I see it when I do my review.
Yeah, you're the Dalai Lama, of course.
No, even others. I give them one arrow, and then okay, there was now a heavier arrow. You see, it drops a little, so and then your body knows already how to compensate for it.
Yeah.
So this is you only let your body do the job. So gap shooting.
And I said to Byron Ferguson, I'm sure Howard Hill could hit everything from 0, let's say, to 25 to 30 meters without split vision or gap, because it was natural to him. Yeah. If you do it every day and a lot, you don't have to measure the gap and think, oh, how I am at this.
You don't need to think about what's the distance now, so what gap do I need? So
and also instinctive archers, if you're on a 3D course and there's a faraway target, let's say 60 or 50 or 40 meters, you're thinking a little about the gap. Of course, how high should I hold, and so.
One can't separate it completely one from each other. It's always the instinctive part is even in gap shooting, and the other way around.
The worst thing is what I'm detecting or viewing with clients is if they would do it right instinctively, and then they check.
Yeah, of course.
So they look at the target, they draw, and I say release, and then they check and looking at the arrow point and looking up to the target, and that's horrible. That's horrible. You have to trust.
This is the thing, but as long as the ego is in control, or the ego mind is in control, he wants to control, he likes, and this is what I see often when we have female here, and I always tell them the couple is coming, and then she stands there, has everything nice, and then before she lets go, you see that the hand goes up, and then bam, I said, can you stop controlling? And then of course I make jokes like, you're a poor guy, or she's like a control freak. Oh, how do you know that? Well, I can see it when you shoot, because you don't trust yourself. You don't trust. When you go in a shoe shop, you know how to, I want to have this pair of shoes. You don't do, I want to have this pair. You don't look over any something, you know the point. So imagine this little pair of shoes you want, simply point the draw and shoot. And then, oh, so easy.
Sometimes I compare it to darts. I say you can't look at the arrow of the dart, or at the dart. You have to throw it, or knife throwing is the same. You can't look at the knife.
Yeah, even when you throw a stone, this is what I always say. So imagine you throw a stone over there. Do you look at the stone, or do you look where you want to throw it? I look over there where I throw it. But this will be hard.
With many clients, I have seen they have too much respect for the bow and for the arrow, and they are kind of afraid of that kind of tackle. They don't know how it will blow, or I don't know, and so are they very careful and trying not to make any mistake. And I always say you can't make a mistake. Just look at the dot and shoot.
Yeah, and then the thing is, many people, they don't want to look bad. And they come to you and said, yeah, I'm bad in archery. Said, yeah, did you shoot an arrow? No.
That's men.
Yeah, and then they don't want to look bad, and they want to make everything perfect. And they go, no, and then they bam, and then they shoot way too high, because I start aiming in the last moment. Instead of simply listening, look, point it, draw and shoot, and it works. But it doesn't take long.
And the most common and most horrible mistake with beginners is, and most of them do it, they have a nice form and draw back, and then they lean back.
They lean backwards, away from the target.
They're taking their head away from the arrow, because they like to look at the back of the arrow and something like that.
Yeah, or they are afraid that they get hit when they have the string there, then they're afraid that
So my trick is to push their head forward. I put one finger on the back of their head, and they can't go back. So now draw here and release.
Yeah, it's interesting. Good. So gap shooting. What other ways of aiming do we have? We have string walking. Did you ever try string walking?
No. No.
I had no idea. Some people always ask me how is about string walking. Then I had to check on YouTube what it even means, because this is something more than you shoot a bare bow and then you draw and you adjust the arrow. You aim over the arrow, kind of like
and you know, it's I don't know. It's a kind of, I don't know. I don't know. It's not archery in my opinion, because no, it's archery.
Yeah, they shoot bow and arrows.
But if you don't have control with your fingers on the arrow in some with some contact, I even can't look at it. The arrows here, their hands, their draw hand is down here. It looks so silly.
Yeah, it looks dangerous even.
But they hit very nice.
Of course, once you start aiming, it's like barrel aiming. When you aim, of course, it's gap shooting. You still can have your anchor point in the corner of your mouth or somewhere, and you use only the arrow tip for aiming. These are then completely aiming alongside the arrow.
I know a lot about archery, really, and archery history, but I even don't know who invented that string walking technique.
I don't know either. I mean, somebody had most probably this idea. Look, I simply aim with directly over the shaft, but of course, it only when I have a short distance, then I need to change something, or then I simply change the knocking point, so to say, of the arrow. So I don't know who came up with this. I never tried it, so for me, it's not. But it exists.
I always had another idea when I heard first string walking.
I thought it's maybe some kind of how you release or whatever. I thought maybe the string does some certain movement in the release. I never had this idea that you have the arrows were completely independent of your draw hand. And when I saw it, and I was. Whoa.
What I know in theory that it exists, but I had never have seen it done on purpose by archers, is there's also face walking. So they anchor here or they anchor here, and they change the height of the anchor.
Then it's not an anchor. Yeah, good. Even I have to
like Olympic style under the chin, and they go up to the eye. Of course, that also works in a kind of way.
Even you have to say, even in Turkish archery, there are different anchor points but depending on the situation. So there was even an eye anchor, but it was simply when you shoot from the horse to a very close target that you have the arrow a little higher. Then there was the mustache anchor that white spot is there that you anchor there, or the chin anchor or something. So they had different anchor points in the face. But they depending
at least it's written.
Oh, no, we don't start this discussion again.
Okay. Oh, yes, but that is called.
It was written, and I practiced it, and I did a video. Yes, so it's fine, and it works. But of course, you need to get used to it. But they say then that the most common is the one here, which is similar to what we use. This
Ottoman face walking.
Exactly, Ottoman face walking. Yeah, we need to ask Effendi again next time.
Yes, Murat Effendi.
Yeah, Elvis the
Elvis of Turkish archery.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Are there more techniques?
Yeah, I think then there's only real aiming when you have a sight on the bow, and
when you have a sight,
these needle sights and stuff.
And there are also two possibilities. There is you just have a hunting or front sight, or you have additionally the peep sight in the string. Then you really have a kind of sight with the hole and the pin.
Yeah, this is when I was in Sylt, there was a guy coming with his compound bow. It took him 45 minutes to set up, and then I was already done shooting. Then he said, "You want to shoot my bow?" I said, "Yeah, okay, can you explain it to me?" Then I had to anchor that this peep sight was working. First time I did this, looking through a peep sight, looking through this, and then I shot a group of 10 arrows on 30 meters like this. My instinctive way, most probably I would not manage a deadly group like this. They were all almost touching. Oh, awesome. You're like, yeah, but it's boring. it's
Yeah, but think about hunting.
Yeah, of course. As I told you, in hunting, I would take a compound with the release and everything to make my life easier. I mean, I think it's already stressful enough to hunt an animal.
I have one of my best friends in archery is Fritz Massinger from Tyrol. and he's also a bow hunter, and he's a longbow enthusiast. He only shoots longbow every tournament and so on. But when he goes hunting, he uses a nice compound bow.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then you're done with the aiming techniques. With the which techniques? I mean, I read it was written. It was written that in China they used the knuckles for the height, because they don't have, of course, obviously a sight. So they first of all always said, so you simply put your fist in front of the face of your enemy. And then it depends how far it is away. Then you use the knuckles as a height, whatever indicator. Interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, of course.
It worked for them.
I think if you're an archer and you train your exercise, you don't need any of this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you see the military examination was 170 meters or later 120 meters or something, you don't see it anymore. So you really need to raise and then.
But if you do it all day long,
yeah, of course, you know it.
You will know it.
But they have simply this crotches, whatever, that you have that it's a little easier for you.
Yeah, maybe all that help us, that devices, that gadgets are not a sight, but all this with the knuckles and so on, helping you to get into.
Yeah,
so
but
you have an idea.
Later, you don't need it anymore, obviously.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Maybe
if you really practice.
Yeah.
With a real sight, you don't have to practice. You should practice, of course, but you don't have to. If you put the sight in line, it will work.
Exactly, but you first need to know the exact distance to the target. Otherwise, you're screwed.
Yeah.
This is, I had a few with their sights, and then how far is it away? It's at 8.50 meters. Why? Oh, I only can adjust it to 10 meters or 20 meters, and it was freaking out. Look, it's easy. Boom, boom, boom. Listen, the other one is on 15 meters. Look, boom, boom, boom. I need to adjust. I need to adjust it. Yeah.
It was before laser rangefinders.
Yeah, but still, you need to know the distance, and as long as the target is not moving, it's fine. Of course, you can adjust all your sights and all your stuff. And I think even when you go hunting and you think you sit on your tree and whatever, and you think, okay, I wait until this animal is down there, then you know, okay, this is whatever kind of 12, 15 meters, and you can adjust your sights.
In the United States, there are a lot of statistics about bow hunting, and they know what are the most common distance animals get hunted or get bagged and so on. So it's, as you say, 12 to 20 meters. Even from tree stand, you don't shoot very far. Of course,
until it's down there.
And if you have a good compound bow, you're able to hit about 80 meters. It's no problem.
Yeah,
of course not.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, what else shall we talk? No, I'm joking. The next, are we done with aiming? Aiming. Yeah. I mean, I saw once in the catalog a broadhead with a laser pointer in it. That's an aim. It costs $50 or something. This broadhead.
Yeah.
But where you point your broadhead, you see the red light.
Yeah.
But works, of course, only with a strong compound bow, because otherwise you need to shoot ballistic.
Because you have you can't have any ballistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, yeah.
But interesting stuff.
Yeah, of course, and not stupid.
No, it's not out of the world. No, of course. I mean, made because of practice and of needs.
I always had the idea back then to make a special trainings device bow, a kind of Howard Hill bow or a recurve bow, and you have below your bow hand a little laser pointer you can adjust with screws, so it will exactly show you the spot.
Yeah,
even it would be a nice idea, I think,
of course,
to toy around with.
Yeah, but then you need to adjust it to the distance again. Then you need to know that you need to shoot in, you need to know, okay, this would be on 10, 15, 20. Then or
like with a rifle sight, you know, I have to hold it a little higher, a little deep, and you have that point, and you know how to use it. But
or you simply use 4 laser pointers, and the first one is then whatever 30, 25, 20, 15 meters
in rainbow colors.
And of course, what else? I mean, I like black and white, but it's not very in LED colors. It's not really working. But why not?
I had a construction and a plan for it, but the bad thing was, I think, you know, the vibration of the bow, and so it wouldn't be easy to keep it adjusted. So I let the idea.
Then nowadays there are these small cameras. They have a gimbal, a 3-axis gimbal to keep the camera steady even when you move.
Could work. Yeah, could work.
I have this small Osmo Pocket where I did a lot of my YouTube videos. It's like a grip this high, and then on top is the small camera head, and this is on a small gimbal. So even when I move like this, the camera still stays straight.
That's an idea, yeah.
But instead of a camera, you have a laser pointer.
Yeah. Oh, very, very high sophisticated.
Yeah, but gadgets, you know, gadgety.
Yeah, if you need it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
so
fun to toy around.
What, in your opinion, is the shooting? I'm very. I'm not good at talking today. What are the steps or the stages of a perfect shot? So you go onto the shooting range or wherever, and what are the steps to get on target?
You first, how we teach you, first we let them stand sideways to the target, and then there are 4 steps. So when it's clear, they pick up the bow. Step 1 is you load, you bring the arrow on, you knock it, you have your 3 fingers on it, with the arrow obviously between these 2 fingers, split finger method. Then you point. While you point, you make sure that your shoulder is down, your elbow is out, all this. And then you draw to your anchor point and let go. 4 steps. Load, point, draw, shoot.
Okay. Yeah, very simple. Sounds very simple.
Keep it simple, and it works quite easy. Some people, of course, don't listen, and they directly from raising the bow start drawing the bow, which is, of course, or not push-pull method, but simply coming up and drawing. But then what happens most of the time is that they don't have control over their shoulder. So that's why I do it in these 4 steps, that you first load, and then you point, and then you check again, okay, is everything settled? And then you draw and you let go, that you separate these motions. Because when you do this in one go, most people stand in like this, and it's not going to.
You know, with the Howard Hill style swing draw method, you put a little pre-tension on your bow handle and on the string, so you're adjusted. So you don't will do it, and you swing and draw in one motion.
Yeah, it's like the push-pull method. So you have the bow here, and then you simply go forward and backward at the same, boom, and let go. Works nice too, but it's a little fiddly, a bit more tricky for a complete beginner. That's why we do it in these 4 steps until they get used to it. And when I see that they can control the shoulder, but because it can still happen, even when you pre-draw and you raise under tension, this arm, most people get the shoulder up. And not down anymore, or roll it in or whatever.
You know, the trick is to keep the body weight on your front leg.
Yeah, of course. When you lean away,
you can't do it. You can lean backward if your weight is on the front leg.
Exactly.
I would like to go more in depth with that, because before you raise your bow or something, you have to check the environment, the setting.
Yeah.
And I think a clever and a good archer will check out where's the best place to stand for his shot.
Yes, but I speak from our shooting range. You have your position, you stand on cone number 5, and target number 5 is your target you shoot at.
Yes, but there's also, let's say, 1 meter. You can, go to not 1 point.
Every 1.20 m is the next shooting line.
Okay, so you can step 30 centimeters to that side or that side. So check out what which position feels best to you. That's what I wanted to say.
That's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
But sometimes you are in front of a target and you say, I don't like it. And you step one little step to the right or to the left, and it's different.
Yeah, but I have this sometimes when we don't have that many archers and they stand a little sideways to the target, and that the cone, that the shooting line is not completely front to the target, so slightly sideways. And then they tell me, can I go a little over there because I'm not standing in front of the target? It doesn't make any difference. You can shoot this target even in an angle.
Yeah, I mean, but you're all the time you're just talking about the shooting range. I'm talking about archery.
Yes, but I only can tell you how you were just asking about the 4 steps, and I just said how we start teaching people here.
Yeah.
That's fine.
What I wanted to say is,
and on the other side, when you do a 3D tournament, you need to have your foot on one of these wood thingies, right?
Yes, but you can use this foot or the other. Or
there I understand. There you need to find, of course, your shooting position. To can be
how you feel.
Your height, that a branch of a tree is in the way. So of course you need to see that you find the perfect position for you, of course.
Yes, how you feel comfortable.
But this is what comes later. So it's for me first the 4 steps.
I'm sorry.
4 steps, and once we don't start on a 3D parkour, you know.
I'm not talking about the 3D parkour. I'm talking about shooting to hit.
Yeah, of course. My students hit the target.
Okay, so at the, how you call it, shooting steps, the 4 steps? 4 step.
Load, throw, shoot.
Dalai Lama's 4-step method.
No, I don't know. It's not from me, but I think it's common.
Yeah.
How do you teach it? And what are your steps?
It's the same, because I don't. When I start with with beginners, I make it the same way like you do. I tell them the first thing is a good stance, how you stand there. What I also tell them is always a better idea to turn your butt to the target and not your front side, because then you have a better, you understand?
No, I don't see that. I don't see that beneficial. Why is it? You get your shoulder quite far back, and this is not because
you don't get. No. But most beginners tend to be like, they like to be frontal to the target and making that. And so I say, turn your butt to the target.
Yeah, I always let them stand completely. The feet are in line to the target, the hips are in line in the target, and the shoulders are in line.
Yes, I do it also with the arrow on the ground, and so yeah. And then I do the same. I don't let them raise the bow. But I say, point the bow to the target and draw back to the corner of your mouse. Choose which finger you want to have on your mouse. It doesn't matter which one, the index finger or the middle finger. And if look just at the target, at the spot you want to hit. And if you, as soon as you are on your anchor point, on your at the corner of your mouse, release the arrow and you will hit it.
See what will happen.
Yeah. And a big thing with beginners is that this forearm stuff, you have to turn the elbow out, of course.
You simply keep this arm relaxed.
You have the elbow high, you turn it inside, you can't turn it out. So I push this shoulder down and I tip on the back of the head so they can go back. Yeah.
What did you last time say? Lean towards your bow. The bow is your friend. So you lean.
Yes. Yes, I say it. I say, yes, the bow is your friend. Don't be afraid. It's your friend. You don't go away from your friend.
Yep. Yeah, some people are simply scared because it's something.
Yeah.
Then they're afraid that they draw until here because they're afraid that they get some slap. I mean, some people slap themselves in the face. They shoot and then they smack their face when they let go.
Yeah.
But that's okay for the first few shots.
Yeah.
Then you show them, listen. Back muscles and whatever, and when this elbow is properly lined up, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Only
most problems are with the forearms.
Yeah. You know, that's why in almost all other archery ranges here, they use braces because they...
I don't give braces to them. I have a bag. I show them a bag full of braces. Yeah. Here, I have a bracer for every one of you, but I don't give it to you because you never will do it right if you have that bracer on.
I always tell them, if you learn to shoot properly, you don't need a bracer. Shall I give you now one? Yeah. No, I want to shoot properly. Good boy. Simply turn the elbow out at the tip of the elbow points at roughly 9 o'clock, and then everything, and relax your shoulder.
Yeah. With an hill style longbow, you need a bracer just behind your wristband because the string hits you here.
They have a brace head of 5 inches.
And they swing forward. Yeah.
No. Interestingly, but it happens only, it does not only the brace head, it's really the design of the bow and the length, and that they swing forward, because the Korean bows have the same brace head of 5.5 inches. But you don't get a string slap because the limbs are short and they don't have this mass moving forward, so that the string doesn't come that close.
If you see it in super slow motion, you see how the string comes forward. Like a loose string. Yeah,
exactly. You think it's not possible that this thing shot an arrow away.
It's interesting.
But these are my elements of, and then of course, once they get a little used to it, I explain that the release, first I always tell them, put this part of your thumb under your ear somewhere here, then you find a nice anchor point, that they don't, at least not collapse while they let go, or put the hand away while they let go. So in the beginning, I let them shoot like this, only relax your fingers. And once they manage this, I tell them, so now look what this elbow wants to do there. When you let go, simply let this elbow do this, that you don't have to do this, what you see sometimes of these artists, that they touch in their shoulder. If you
Byron does it.
If you want to do it, but if simply the follow through, let your elbow, but don't put the hand away, leave it on your face, and it goes somewhere where it wants to go naturally. So I don't force them that they need to touch another shoulder. So simply, boom, if it's on your ear, it's fine, whatever works.
And what I'm also doing is I'm shooting with every client one time in a face-to-face stuff. So only one client is shooting. I'm standing with the client and then adjusting and pushing down and here and there. And funny thing, release the string, and then they release one finger. No, the string.
I released it.
It don't work. Release the string.
I had this funny moment. We had once an event in, what's it called, on Chiemsee, Lake Chiemsee, and there's the Frauen, or where there's a monastery on this island.
Fraueninsel, I think.
Oh, Fraueninsel, over some island, and there was a team
women's island.
There was a team event with 90 people, and first I said we have archery with 90 people. I said, listen, it's not going to work. I don't have 90 bows, I don't have 90 targets, and it's even logistically a nightmare. I need to come with a big truck. So, but most probably they don't want to do all archery at the same time. And then they figured, no, wait, we have some, they sit on meditation, some do capoeira, some do whatever. So they have always small groups of 10, 12 people. Said, see, then we bring whatever, 5 or 6 targets.
Yeah.
Fine. And then it was a company from Switzerland, and it's all top managers. You know, the other one was always bragging, yeah, he makes 250,000 francs per year. And what I mean here, you know, I said, so no, stand here and let go. And he like, oh, I can't let go. See? And I told him, listen, you make 250,000 frankly, and you can't let go. So,
target panic.
It was so fun.
I do it like that. I do it at one person is just one person is shooting one after the other. And if they have some security, if they feel comfortable, I let shoot three or 2 at one time. But I have smaller groups with 8 to 12 persons. So I don't let them shoot alone.
Yeah, makes sense.
First shots.
Safety always first, of course. Then sometimes I really don't know what to do.
And what, in my experience, is what helps the clients is if you put a balloon or something on the target. In the first round, they have to have fun and they have to be hot to hit it. So I blew up a balloon and put it on there, and they like to hit it, and then boom, and so on. You know, once I did it with school children in the gym, you know, in the gym hall, and there were children. They started crying because of the balloon making boom.
Oh, okay.
And the teacher, female teacher, comes, and you can't do it. Some are crying because of the. I don't understand. When I was a kid, it was the biggest fun to blast.
I would have told her, that's okay. Then we let the air out and we fill them with water. It's fine, and it doesn't make boom anymore. But you will have a watery mess afterwards. Yeah, but it happens. Yeah.
They get traumatized by
a balloon,
breaking balloon. Yeah. And they have to go to the school psychologist and that bad guy.
You ruin them for their lives, you know.
Yeah.
And now they are snowflakes because of you.
But it was not a girl; it was a boy. I'm sorry. That's sexist.
Yeah, we know that you are. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah. Horrible. Yeah, but it's like it is. We had it once. I had the half-liter water bottles, and in the lid, I put a valve from a car tire, and I put them under pressure. But then I was only in Valletta at the indoor range with this thing, and I tried it, and I had one of these manual pumps, and I didn't know how much. I said, I think it's enough. We put it on a target, and I shot an arrow in, and it made a noise that you could hear the echo in this whole shopping mall. And I was like, that was loud.
You know what I did in that gym? There was a wooden ceiling around, you know?
Yeah.
And when they came first, the group of children, when they come in the first time, and I showed them different bows and different arrows and so. And then I took this boxing glove arrow I showed you before, and there's a rubber plant inside, and the boxing glove arrow is over the rubber plant. And then I shoot from about, I don't know, 20 meters at that wooden ceiling, and it very loud, very. And I always say, so just you're seeing, it's not a toy. This is the softest point I have here to show you, and you see what it does to the ceiling.
And they were like, of course.
So, but they were careful then.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we always show in the beginning in a safety talk, we always show an arrow and said, look, this arrow really has tips. You want to point, you know, feel it. It's really pointy. So, and it's a metal tip, you really can hurt someone with it. That's why safety reasons. And for me, safety is always number one. That's why they get a proper safety talk first and repetition again. And they I need to make sure that they understand the words clear in safety. And that's nothing though. This is, and I mean, I have had it here since 8 years and nothing ever happened because of
good idea is also a small wooden board or something so they can see the devastating power of the arrow.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And of course they like it if they see you come.
Yeah.
And not all of them. Some are crying. Oh, the board is broken. Exactly. Mommy.
Traumatized for life again. Hey. We are such bad people. Yeah, I know.
The rainforest is burning and he shoots at the wooden board. What about the rainforest now? Is all the rainforest gone now? You don't hear anything about the bad.
Greta will come again up with it when we talk about climate change, then it will be a topic again, no worries. But I always tell people when I shoot the wood, that look, this is here toothpick production. Look what we make here. We make natural shot toothpicks and we sell them later in the gift shop. Like, huh? And I don't know if you make a joke or not, you know, because I take everything serious in this moment.
I had a lot of trouble. I'm making jokes and fun out of it, and when you know, you can say some people asking about poisoned arrows because I show them different arrows and so on. and then you have to say yes. So the Eskimos, they used, oh, Eskimos, you can say. So small Africans like the pygmies. Oh, you can say pygmies. Or can you say tribe? Oh, I don't know. Can you say peoples?
Yeah.
So you can say anything today.
An ethnic minority.
Yeah.
Which lives in somewhere in Greenland or in the polar area. So you find a way around it.
or in the Auenland.
in the steppe, in the Auen, yeah, exactly. I never had this problem.
I wanted to explain them about the pygmies. You know, these are small and black and the tribe, and oh, you get into trouble.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the white people having a problem when you call someone with this N word. The black people don't have a problem with it.
No, they even sing it in their rap songs. No, they call one another
exactly.
the same word.
Yeah.
But as a white person, you can't feel it.
You can't. Yeah, of course.
You can't feel it. You can't feel it.
And as you said, as you said in the book about rap music, you know, when the other one was listening to loud rap music in the car, and then there's this statement of rap music that it's really discriminating for women. I had this too once. I was in a discotheque. I was invited, and they played black music, and there were a lot of black people dancing on the dance floor. And then a girlie came in and, oh my God, what a great music! What a great music! I said, please stop a moment and listen to the lyrics only for half a minute, and you will turn and you go out, because this is so, you know, show me or whatever, and you know, I was like, and you like that? I was like, listen to the lyrics first, and then you don't like it anymore.
Yes, and Carol in the book said to Bowman he's a racist because he loves Elvis and so on.
Yeah, but he is. I mean, this is, you know, what do we say? Not... The apple does not fall far from the tree. Who was writing this?
No, it's just the opposite.
Of course.
Because I love black music and I love white music and I love Japanese music and Indian music, and you know, Indian is maybe racist. I mean, Indian music from India. Not from No, I like everything.
We all love Louis Armstrong.
Of course.
It's fine. It's a musician.
But don't do blackfacing.
I happen to be a black guy.
Yeah, you know, today in the carnival you can't mask as anything. You can't go as an American Indian. You can't go as an oil sheikh. You can't go as an Chinese. You can't go nothing. You can not as a black man. You can I don't know, as princess. Oh, it's anti-feminist.
I had this one when oh my God, how old was I? I don't know, 14, maybe 13, 12, maybe something. And in near our village, there was this carnival, whatever, with all these trucks, and they were running. And I said, but you need to dress up. And I was a little late and I didn't care. So I took simply a skirt and a blouse from my bigger sister. And I had blonde, long hair at this time.
A trans person.
And then I went there dressed as a girl. And then they would ask me, why are you not dressed? I said, I am, you know.
You were such a beautiful girl, so
exactly. They didn't think that this is a guy. Of course, I mean, you know, that's
But you couldn't do it today because you would be sexist if you dress up like a
dresser or something.
On the other hand, it's very modern to dress up like a girl. For
nowadays, when you see how some guys run around, why not?
So back then it was only at the carnival, and nowadays it's everywhere. all year long.
All year long, everywhere. The whole world is a stage, and you simply.
That's
but
fine.
We always had these people. They had to dress differently, you know, or to stand out of the crowd. But now these are the crowd. So I think when you dress normal as a guy, you stand out of the crowd nowadays.
If you got no piercing or no rainbow flag or something like you're just a white old guy, old white man.
Boring.
And it's very interesting.
OWM, right?
They are sitting in talk shows and say, yes, that's old white man. So remember, these are old, white. These are two discriminations.
Yeah, and men.
And man is the next. So
this is
it's
a gender,
three discriminations in one term.
Yeah. It's an assault, yes.
Once on Facebook, some weeks ago, I saw at an actors group, actors were actors and actresses, yeah, and some older women complained about a 35-year-old actress played a 50-year-old woman because that 50-year-old women don't get roles, don't get engagements at the movies because they're too old and too wrinkled, I don't know. And they discussed about it, how unfair that is and so on. And then I said, I don't see it like that, because I know a lot of 50-year-old women, they dress up like 35-year-old women. So that's okay in reality. That's okay. But if a 35-year-old woman plays a 50-year-old woman, that's not okay. I don't know.
That's true.
We will get banned. We will get banned from YouTube, I see.
My good YouTube channel, I worked on 6 years for it because of you.
Yeah, because we're just talking evil stuff. Racist, sexist.
No, we didn't even start. It's too early for that.
Yeah. Okay, so what else could we say about archery?
No, the rest. We managed. We checked already on proper training, what is necessary for the first equipment, how to practice in the beginning,
and if
we had this all. Next time we can maybe talk about equipment if you want, bows and stuff.
Yeah.
But next time we invite first another guest,
another beautiful Australian woman.
So okay, then I will ask her if she's settled already. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, and if we missed something today, our viewers can write it in the comments, and we will give an ugly answer.
Now, the funny thing is, I did once a video about this instinctive shooting, that you don't aim over the arrow, and I even or try to show it with lines, with visual lines.
Yeah.
When you aim from the eye over the arrow to the target, what happens, or when you point there. And it was a short video, and it was very simple. And I think I got many comments that said, oh my God, I took lessons for whatever, how many euros and hours and hours, and they couldn't explain this to me. And you do it in 3 minutes, and everybody was so happy. And then you get comments that said, my, such a bullshit, it doesn't work. I was like, seriously? Ooh, nice.
One thing I want to mention is when I'm doing archery lessons with clients, I don't tell them too much. I don't tell them how to put the arrow on the string with this feather outside and cold feather and something like that. I don't tell them anything, just the really necessary stuff, so they don't get hurt and so they don't have
it's already a lot of information they have to process. That's why I even split the safety talk from shooting talk, that they have that they process the safety, there's all these aspects. And they go to the shooting line, and then we talk about shooting. And of course I had sometimes Olympic archers, and they tell me, but shouldn't I have the odd feather on the outside? Look at these arrows, there is no odd feather, they're all the same color, and it doesn't matter. Why? And then of course you explain it in front of the whole group, that it doesn't make a difference. It depends when you shoot an Olympic bow, but we had this with an arrow rest and with plastic vanes.
Yes, plastic vanes.
When you shoot the shelf and you have
but don't confuse clients and beginners with unnecessary stuff.
Only what is necessary, that they hit the target.
And yes, and in small portions, in small steps.
Exactly.
Yeah. And never let them shoot more than 3 arrows.
Never. No.
Never.
You only find in the shooting line, we have in these cones where you put the bow and there are 3 arrows in it and not more.
Yeah.
So, and if somebody comes with his own stuff and has a quiver full of arrows, said, listen, bring them all out and leave 3 in your quiver and then you can come back.
Yeah. And what I'm telling them is that what I told here in the past, only grasp the arrow at the knock. Don't do anything, because the next step is knocking the arrow and then it begins.
Yeah, of course.
The shit begins.
It's always, even when the arrow is down in the cone, you grab it on the knock, you put it on, you can knock.
Yeah. And a good thing is they keep that in mind with the knock. Then I show you the trick, how you could fast shoot with the technique. And I say, if you watch in the movies, Legolas or some guy shooting, he's using this technique. And then I show them, because it takes us by the knock and so hand stare at the knock.
Yeah.
So then they remember it.
Yeah. But always bit by bit, this is already a lot to process. Yeah. But still, still the best how they come and said, yeah, but I'm bad in archery. I said, yeah, did you ever shoot? No. Said, so when you started eating with cutlery, could you do it directly from the beginning?
Yeah.
You had to learn it.
Yeah. These are the, I don't like to say the worst people, but these are the there are some people, they say, I know I can't do it. I cannot do it. And I then tell them, that's the worst thing in life you can do. Because this guy, me, this guy, this woman, nobody is better than you. Everyone can do it. But you see also the problems of the people and of the characters when you have them in archery lesson.
We did with our foundation. We had in Germany, we had an archery session at a Berufsschule. I don't know the English word for it. And there were these.
They don't have it in England.
And they had these problematic kids. They didn't get any jobs, so they sent them to the school for 1 year to learn something. And then we had archery there, and there was a Turkish girl, and she said, I'm not good in anything, I don't manage anything. She was so negative. I said, you look there, point and shoot. And then she hit the target, said, see, you already hit the target. So you can do something. And you could see her from the beginning when she was walking like this. And at the end, she was walking like this. So she got instant self-confidence. And it was so nice to see what you can do with archery. It's really
very nice what you're saying, and I had the same experience. And this, when I hear this, then I help them, because I always call it next level shooting. I can hit the balloon for them when I touch them. I said, release when I say release, and you will hit the balloon. You will see, and then they have a success explosion. I said, I can hit it, and that's explosion, and that's very nice. So you can, it's a kind of therapy for some people.
A lot,
And you will see, you even can hit it when you're kneeling down or when you're lying on your back. You will see, and then I help them, and they can do it and say,
And this is nice to see. Once I had when I was in Sylt, I had once a woman coming, so it was not a girl anymore, a woman coming from Bavaria, and she was completely tense. So, and then letting go was her biggest problem. But then I took care of her one-on-one, because I was not able to get her shooting otherwise. Then she shot, and then after the session, she started crying, and she couldn't stop crying anymore. So all this tension, mental tension she had, was physical in her body, but she gave the physical tension up, and then all this mental tension was giving up, and it was like she was sitting there and was crying like, oh my.
She was healed then.
Yeah, she was, of course. We are healers. So I'm not. What did you say, Mahatma Gandhi? Now, what is in the Dalai Lama?
Dalai Lama of healing.
We are healers. No, but this is interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when you work with kids, it's so rewarding, when you see them the sparkling in the eyes, when they hit something and they can do something, because everybody tells them they are not capable of anything anymore, as it seems like. And then they do something on their own. Nobody's helping them, and they hit this target. So
and the good thing is, especially with kids, with school kids and so on, then the weak ones, they are not good at soccer, they're not good at athletics, they're not good at basketball, but they're not good at anything. But in archery, they can be better than the other guys. And they have self-consciousness. They build it up. And I help then the weak ones, and then the strong ones. Oh, she can do it. She never could do anything
she never,
gymnastics or something. That's great.
Very helpful. But of course, I saw once this example when we had our shop in Valletta. There was a mother coming with her girlie, maybe 10 years old or something, or 11. And then she started shooting. And of course, she missed the first few times. And then she had a center shot. And she turned around to where the mama was sitting, but the mama was dawdling on her phone. I said, listen, mama, you don't have even this half hour to look. And because the girlie was telling, look, mama, and she looked. Mama didn't even look at me. He had this intense success, but the mom didn't care. And this is so, and then I had, of course, to talk to this mama. Said, look, put this phone away or I take it away. And you look now, please, at your daughter this last 15 minutes. Is it too much to ask for that you at least pay a bit attention about the kid? And this is such a common thing which I completely don't understand.
And you're absolutely right, and I agree. You can do very good things with archery lessons. And once I had a very similar situation. There was a family coming by. I don't know, it was at an event. I had a target and let the children shoot and so. And they had two children, two boys. And one of the boys had Down syndrome. And of course, they went in and let the normal boy shoot. And then I said, come on, to the Down syndrome boy. And the parents say, oh, no, it's nothing for him. That's nothing. That's not good for him. No. I said, why not? Come on. And then I helped the Down syndrome boy, and he hit better than the normal boy. And I said, you see? And the parents looked like that. And so you could do in 5 minutes a very good thing.
Of course.
The parents have learned something. The normal guy boy had learned something, and the Down syndrome boy had also learned something. And that are the really nice experiences.
I had the same. It was an event on Gozo once. I don't know what event it was, and I had the archery there, and there was small groups coming, and in one of these groups was a Down syndrome girl. And then everybody was shooting. He said, now what's your name? No, Maria. I said, come, Maria. Let's shoot. No. I said, come here. And then she started shooting, and then she hit the target, and everybody was, oh, look, Maria, and she was like, oh, and she was so happy. You can do so many good things. And it's not so hard to get them hit the target with when you them properly. It's quite easy. So and then this can be really life-changing.
If I detect some persons like this, I say just take the string, and when I say let go, you let go. And I adjust them and they hit, of course.
So it's nice.
That's a wonderful experiences.
Exactly. And even that's why I like this instinctive way of shooting, because everywhere in school and everywhere they get their mind filled up with thinking, controlling, and whatever. And then this instinctive shooting is complete the other side. So they get really in contact with themselves, with their body. And this is what I like.
You know what is a wonderful equipment and device are these foam-tipped arrows with this big foam tip. In that school in Vienna, in the gym, you know what I did? I had big balloons like this size. I blew them up and I pushed them in the air, and they had to shoot with this
Yeah.
It was so wonderful. Nothing can happen. Nobody can get hurt, or you could toy around with that because every week I had the same group for some weeks, so I had to have some ideas, or I took one of that long benches, and let them walk on the bench and shoot, or I had this, I don't know how they are called, what are on the street, that orange cones. Yeah. I had a lot of them, and they shoot with the foam tipped arrows at that cones, or then I had the kind of duel situation. Two children have to stand aside, and they have the bow and one arrow in front of them, or two arrows. And when I said go, they had to pick up the bow, the arrow, and the first one and I put a balloon in front of them, very close. But the first one hit the balloon, and the balloon went away, and so it was more difficult for the second shot, and so on. You could tie around.
Of course. Nice. One could do even a balloon football game, that you have a team here and and you need to get the balloon in the other one's goal or something.
I don't remember what I used. I also had some kind of hockey I did with them. I had a kind of disc, and they had to shoot at the disc with the foam tipped and push the disc onto the other wall of the gym. So these foam tipped arrows are wonderful.
Yeah, super. We have them. Cool. Yeah, everybody should have some. I got one from Bayer. But the knocks were like not really good. They were very small, the knocks, and fiddly. And when an arrow landed on the knock, they were completely broken. So there was not a very good intention.
I got one from an American guy who had invented this inflatable, bucket stand, and they had also safety knocks. They were big rounded knocks, so you can stick it in your eye or something. Good stuff.
Really they're way better. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Cool. Good.
Okay.
Done. Anything else you want to say?
I don't know.
So, guys, as far as all the language speakers, get this book. It's really good, but you need to, of course, read part 1 first, that you know why part 2 is out. Go quickly to part 1. It's a nice book, but this one is really, really good.
Unfortunately, you have to wait till it's finished. The translation is really finished.
But the German speakers can get it.
The German speakers can get it instantly.
And the English ones, they need to wait a few weeks until it's out. But we will inform you. Really get them. It's an archery book, but it's not like you would expect it, like whatever a superhero, Hawkeye or Green Archer. It's simply a normal archer, but on a special mission. I like it. I like it a lot.
Thank you, Armin.
Welcome. So another 20 euros. Come on.
Oh boy!
Every Edward 20 euros. We agreed on that. Before.
Oh boy. Okay. Yes, and you also can get it as an ebook on Amazon. Yep. Cool. And I like to say something about Amazon because there's a lot of people are talking very bad about Amazon, but they forget one thing. Amazon is made of a lot of little shops and sellers and authors or you name it. So of course it's a big company and they don't pay taxes somewhere, and so but on the other hand a lot of people have work there, and a lot of people who wouldn't get published maybe or so can publish their stuff there. And if the book is shit, they won't sell it, but if the book is good, it will sell.
Of course. And it's, as you said last time, it's a cheap printing solution. When you pay $350 for a soft cover instead of, I had once a publishing company because I thought I need to publish my books. And then a friend of mine wrote a book about the little angel, and then the stories in like kind of her life, and then really nice and moving, and people were always crying when they read this book. And then I thought, so I printed it. I've forgotten, but I paid €7 something for the print.
Yeah. And you have to order 500 or 5,000
exactly.
or so?
No, it was relative. It was already print on demand, so not so many.
Okay.
But then I thought, okay, I should sell it on Amazon. But then Amazon takes 50% of it. So when the print costs already €7, the book needs to be at least €14 that I make nothing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the author wants to have money and the publisher wants to have money. So I would have to charge €25 for this book, and then nobody will buy it. So in these times, self-printed and then selling on Amazon was not a solution.
Yeah. But publishing is on Amazon is a good thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And it changed most probably in the meantime. It was just quite some time ago when I had this idea. It was a funny idea, because I thought I wanted to do this, and then I simply publishing.
Back then, I also had that idea, but the things changed so rapidly, so fast.
And I saw that with one book you don't get anywhere. So you need to have a series of books, luckily of the same topic or in the same genre. And then you can go to the big ones and say, listen, here we have something. But when you say, look, I have here one nice book and the other book is something, and they're like, yes. They don't even answer.
It's of course also true if you like to make some money with publishing books on Amazon or somewhere, you have to write, I think, one book a year.
Yeah, at least.
Or two a year. You need to go on and on and on and on. Because in my suspicion was true, because I published the second book. Also, the first book is sold again.
Yeah, of course. These are these algorithms. It's like in YouTube. When you don't upload twice a week at least, and I saw it now when I had the problems with the move and I couldn't get to my equipment, I couldn't upload that many videos. You see directly how it drops, and then you are not someone recommended from YouTube's algorithm. Then and you see already overall your views go down. This is
because the same, like as you say in Amazon, you're fighting on a big front.
Yeah, of course.
There are thousands and millions of published books and also videos, so you have to go on and on and on. So the plan is to write like a set of arrows, 1 dozen, so should be the serial of this Bowman serial.
So for now you work on the third one, right?
Yes, I'm working on the third one and also working on the translation, so it's a little bit, and I try to let the books play in places where I have been. So the next one maybe will be a little in China or in Africa and so on. Every book should be in another continent.
Yeah, of course, makes it more interesting. But I really, when I read this one, I thought that would be even material for a movie or for a serial for some with a few episodes. Would be nice.
You know what is fun? If you think and which actor should play which character.
Yeah.
If you say, who is playing Severin or who is playing Elsa and so on from the Hollywood stars, and so you could make a nice thing.
But even as a German production, it would be interesting.
No. I never would sell it to German producers. No. To Netflix maybe, to Amazon maybe, but not. No. If I read in Amazon German movie, I don't look it. I don't watch it. Austrian.
Especially then we need to make it that the German movie or Austrian movie gets a bit more, that they see that there can be something nice produced. Now think about it.
I don't know.
Bring quality on the table, bring this in a German or Austrian production.
But they would turn it around because they wouldn't make it sexist and violent. Like
they don't need to make anything sexist in this book, okay? It's written
that's why I say they would turn the book into another story, because
then you simply need the fundings for it, and then you can find the right people and make it happen. Crowdfunding, I don't know. This is not the way how it works nowadays.
I don't like
And
crowdfunding.
I think a small group of even if you would give this to a university, to the students of media, whatever multimedia they do, and they or film, whatever,
Academia,
and that they can have this, and then they get some fundings from somewhere, or
I don't know. I don't know. I also thought about it would be a nice graphic novel, a nice comic book.
Yeah. Nice too, yeah. But who reads comics books nowadays anymore?
Yes, nobody.
Better a movie.
Yeah.
And when you see, I see a few people on YouTube, they only make movies on Netflix and Amazon with their mobile phone.
Yes, I know.
It's enough. Nowadays you don't have all these big production costs. You
No,
need a good microphone, you need a bit lights, and you need a mobile phone. And that's all. And it's, of course, then you need the locations and the gear and stuff. Okay.
Yeah, it would be a bigger production if you're.
Yeah, because you need to travel then, or you recreate a little with blue screen, a green screen or something.
CGI ships and so on.
You can do a lot.
Possible today. Of
course, it's not.
This new computer movies, not computer games. You can't detect the difference to
reality anymore. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for your kind words about the books.
You're very welcome. I hope that the part 3 will be better than this one, because now I have expectations. After the first one, I thought, okay, it's good, but I had not now. I said, okay, it needs to, but this is really level. You don't see it like this. You see it. It's really a huge step from part 1.
Thank you. I will try to make the third part even better.
Yeah, of course, it needs to be. But it's already, you could see the finesse in this one now already growing, that you feel more. I think you like to write this one way more than you liked to write the part 1.
In fact, I loved to write the part 1, but I didn't know as good as now how to do it.
Okay. And so you felt more secure or more.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah. But I was afraid it is too much sex and violence inside for you.
Don't take it away. Don't take it away. Get this book, guys.
Okay. Thank you, Armin.
Yep.
So let's see next week.
Next week, let's see. We will have a guest. We don't tell now which one, but will be an interesting one for sure. And soon we can start inviting Petra again. So.
Yes, Petra and Murat.
Exactly, and then Byron again.
Yeah.
They were all so happy in our show. I don't know why, but maybe we simply like each other.
Yep.
Yes. Let's do that.
Because it's not boring. Because we always find some stuff to talk.
Yeah. What? Okay. What? Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, though. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and ring the bell, and click the bell, and whatever bell.
Bell around, just belling around.
I know this was a different one, but you know what I mean. And and like and do your comments and write your questions and all this stuff. And thank you very much for watching. We see you in the next one.
Goodbye, folks.